Hello guys, so here we are in the next video, and we will continue with the last exercise where we have a fraction, where we have two fractions and they have an expanded form of binomial. Remember that in the last video we were solving for x, so we had to isolate x, and first of all we organized these terms. So this denominator came to multiply here and this denominator came to multiply here. We solve all of these operations and then we add and subtract like terms, and all of these terms with the red cross line were cancelled. So finally we got this final expression, and from this expression we organized the terms and solved for x. So we isolated the x with the same steps that we saw before. Okay, now we will start from this part, from this expression that it's already organized, and we are going to do the same, but now we are going to solve for n. So let's see what happens if we can isolate the value of n. Not always is possible, and we will see a case where we will find other type of equation that we will not able to solve. All right, so okay guys, so from this term we are going to isolate for the value of n. Okay, so let's see. All the terms that have the letter n will come to the left, so we will have the following term. We will have this term will stay here, this also stays here, so we will have this, it doesn't change, so we have this term here, all right, because both of them have the variable n. And what about this? This minus m squared n comes to the other side by positive, so will be plus m squared n. Okay, so we have m squared n, and then this term that contains m stays at that side, so we have equals m squared x. Okay, okay, now what can we do next? Now we are going to do something. From these terms we have n squared x minus mn squared, so we can take a common factor between them, all right, because they have the same term, n squared. So we will have here n squared times, so we write the exponent here, n squared, and it multiplies. By what number do we multiply to get n squared x? So we multiply by x, all right, and then minus m, okay, to get the same expression, okay, to get this expression. So this is the factorized form of this part, okay, of this. Now we are not going to change this because we cannot simplify this term with anything. We don't have any more terms like this, so we leave this like this way, m squared n, okay, and finally this term, it doesn't change also, so we have m squared x. Okay, so this, we write the exponent here. Okay, now what happens next? We cannot look that in this case we cannot isolate the value of n. We cannot find the value of n because it's like a quadratic expression. We have n squared, we have m squared n, so this, it has an exponent of 1, it has an exponent of 2, so this will not be simplified anymore, okay, because these terms cannot be added. We cannot isolate the value of n because this is a quadratic equation. Okay? So what is a quadratic equation? You remember that? A quadratic equation is the one that we have like this form: ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. All right. So we have a term that have the variable to the power of 2. In this case, this will be a. All right. Other variable that contains the value of x. In this case, we have m squared, and an independent value that is m squared n. So we cannot solve in this case for n because this is a quadratic equation and it has another formula that we are not going to use in this case. All right. So in this case, we have a quadratic equation. We cannot isolate the value of n, so the exercise will not be solved for n. Okay. Now, as a homework, you can do the same procedure, solve for m. Okay, you are going to solve for m, starting from this point that it's already organized, and you will realize that you will get also a quadratic equation that will not be simplified anymore. All right, guys. So remember the steps that we have to follow in all cases. First of all, we have to solve the operations. We have to operate the fractions. We subtract, add like terms. We organize that. And then we find the value of the variable that we want to. All right. In the first case, we found for x. But in the second case, we tried for n. And we realized that we got a quadratic equation. All right. So in this case, this would not be possible to find the value of n, okay? The isolated m, because we have terms that have different exponents, all right? So no, not in this case. Okay, guys, so I hope you really understood, and see you later. Remember to watch the last videos and the PowerPoint presentation. All right, see you later. Bye-bye.